Um, Sometime in 1987, 1988, the city of Seattle started talking about annexing this area out around the airport because it was in King County. Well, as you looked at this area where the Seattle Tacoma Airport was, or SeaTac, um, it's kind of like a donut with cities all around it and this unincorporated area in the middle with Seattle Tacoma International Airport smack dab in the middle. All right. So when Seattle started talking about annexing, well, Burien said, well, it's right next to us. And Des Moines said, well, wait a minute, it's just north of us. And Renton said, well, we're closer. And Kent said, well, it's right up the hill from us. The people living in the whole of the donut said, we don't want any of those guys. So what we have to do is to create our own city. So they put together a ballot issue, and it went to the voters, and it passed that they would create this new city. And the people that put the proposal on the ballot suggested that the name be SeaTac, no hyphen. And that's how the city became the name SeaTac, because the people of the city agreed with that proposal.
And I think King County didn't have the ability to really service communities like they should be serviced, because King County was in theory doing kind of rural areas, not incorporated cities, and the services were different. And so it became, I think, a struggle for King County to be able to manage an area specifically like SeaTac, because it was so diverse and so different, especially with having the international airport as part of it.
So now we have the authorization to create a new city. Shortly after becoming the city manager, one of the things that we determined was that there needs to be a city logo. I sat down with a young lady who was a good designer, and I told her what I wanted. And it was a kind of a low area of what looked like a city with an airplane taking off and Mount Rainier in the background. And we made the plaque, and we gave that flag with the black on it to the city council in December of 1989. And that became the logo and the flag of the city of SeaTac. The Angle Lake Elementary Schoolhouse was determined to be the city hall. There were 10 classrooms, and each of these rooms were 24 feet by 36 feet, with windows on one wall and slate blackboards on two of the other walls. There were a small closet in each of those, and they were empty. I mean, there was nothing there. Now, here's the technology that we had available to us when we walked into the building. We had 2 telephones. They were red in color, and they each had a 40-foot code. And that cord was how we moved it from the front office to Fran's office to my office. And if one was on the phone, and then somebody had to answer the other phone, and if both of us were on the phone at the same time, there was no communication in or out or between. So we were working on a whole variety of different directions all at the same time. And little by little, we were able to acquire furniture and fixtures and the necessary tools to be able to start a city into a building that was basically a series of empty rooms with 12-foot wide hallways and old bathroom fixtures. So it it was a hoot and a half trying to get that thing to work. So a lot of funny stories.
It was an experience. It was once in a lifetime. It was a lot of work. We worked long hours. There was no question about it, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I will forever. And I think I was so lucky to have that experience. And I think if you talk to anybody that was in the beginning of the city, they would tell you the same thing. The opportunity to create this wonderful new jurisdiction was a once in a lifetime. It's incredible. It's amazing. So we were all very fortunate.